Today, I'll show you how I built this. I needed something that would turn heads at a local maker fair I entered. I wanted a steampunk feel with lots of gears. I custom made a drawing using multiple gears copied over one another until I came up with this design. Then I threw the images into Inventable's free easel program and exported the file to G-code. I then ran the file in the Universal G-code sender. Here I'm using a blowtorch to burn off the little fuzzies it leaves behind. It was just one of those things I tried and it worked out great. Being that I'm painting this project, you won't see the char marks and this will give it a much cleaner look after the paint. Now there was lots of gears to cut, but this is just a look at a couple of them. I wanted a steampunk feel for this piece. I found a metallic antique copper paint in the crafting section of Walmart. This overlapping the black paint made for a realistic metal look. Now I'm not an artist and I don't usually paint, but I imagine this piece is something you might find in the early 1920s in an old factory. And as I painted it, I imagined a worker exhausted, spending his entire day putting bolts in these holes, then taking them out. The copper becoming worn around the holes and around the outside where it had been handled and dropped. For my name, I used flamingtext.com to find a wicked cool font. Now I needed something that screamed steampunk, but something that wouldn't be too thin for the CNC to cut. With a yogurt cup and a cheap 99-cent pack of paintbrushes, I went to work lightly hitting the letters and found it better to get some paint on the brush than trying to knock it off before touching the letters. This being my second gear creation, I have learned a lot from the last one I made. A wooden dowel as the main shaft to turn all these gears won't last long if it binds. Instead, I take a metal bolt and cut a key in it so it can't spin on the gear. Here I'm squaring up one end of the bolt as this will be the male end that goes into the Rotisserie Motor behind the sign that I purchased off Amazon. Once I determine the layout of all the gears, it's time to cut the first hole that gets the newly made metal shaft. This one gear will be responsible for powering all my gears. Next, I make two riser blocks that will hold the sign above the gears. I've developed a unique way of centering the gears. I put a Forstner bit in my drill press that matches the dowel rod exactly. Smash the bit into the wood with the drill press off. That'll leave an exact mark of where I need to drill. I then move the gear out of the way and drill the hole. To prevent the main shaft gear from falling out, I drilled a hole through the bolt and ran a pin through it. All that was left was to attach the motor and attach the fog machine I got off Amazon.